to our consulting team. We're growing and we're hiring all sorts of wonderful people. And so, Evan, welcome. So happy to have you.
So happy to be here. It's been something I've been looking forward to getting to know everyone and working with the whole team.
Well, tell me, I have some questions because we're going to learn about Evan's background and her thinking, her thought leadership. What excites you the most about working in fundraising and nonprofit leadership?
Oh, I've really dedicated my entire career to working in the nonprofit space. And I just, for me, it's empowering people. It's empowering organizations and individuals to really achieving greater impact in their communities. And that's what really drives me to do this every day.
Wow. Well, we were talking a little bit more about how you like fundraising strategy. Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
For me, it's really fun to sort of be able to connect the dots. Sometimes it's like looking at a constellation in the sky. You look up and you see all these stars and you don't know how they connect. And for me, figuring out where the lines come and where to bring in somebody and how to look at something and making it all work in a cohesive piece, that's just it's the fun part of the job for me. And that's what I love to do the best.
And when you're doing a capital campaign, there's a constellation out there, and we have to figure out what is the path to
Exactly.
achieve all these wonderful transformational gifts that are available for our nonprofits.
Absolutely. And that's the really fun thing about the clients that we have at Gail Perry Group is everyone is achieving some wonderful, incredible things and have these goals that they really want to accomplish. And so to be able to sort of chart a path for them to get there, that's just the fun part of that strategy.
So much fun because we always like to say we give our clients a map, not
Yeah.
whether or not you can do a campaign, but here's the map. Yay. And the second thing I wanted to chat with you about was technology. And you have a lot of experience putting technology to work in nonprofits. And so, what are the gaps that you see? Is there one thing that every nonprofit can do to take maybe a meaningful approach toward injecting better tech, more sophisticated tech into their fundraising?
The most vital, this is a clue for everyone who might be listening to this. The most important thing to do is keep all of your information in a central place. If something is living in your head, if something is living in your notes, it's not going to help the other people in your organization. An organization is only as strong as its history. So you need to make sure that all of that history and knowledge is kept in one place. And that's really by using some modern technology.
And that also means that, especially your wonderful, lovely major donors who are passionate about your work and they've been giving and they like to be kept involved, you got to track all that, don't you, Evan?
Absolutely. And so for me, a motto that I always employ is if you won the lottery tomorrow, would your organization be able to continue without skipping a beat and achieve success? Or would they face some roadblocks that you may have left behind inadvertently? So I try to keep a positive spin on it and making sure that it's always something that's better for everyone. But if you do that every day and use technology to do that, then it's also going to benefit your relationships with donors too.
You have another technology tip. What about the use of video? What about donors who want to be communicated with via different media? What do you think?
I think it's really important to honor what a donor wants, right? It's really about identifying with who they are as an individual. And we were just talking at a different time about the Bank of America report, and most donors want to get emails. We spend a lot of time as fundraisers picking up the phone and trying to connect and usually getting voicemails. But really, we need to be tailoring how we want to do things to how a donor wants to talk. And so that's really important. I know that's something that Gail and our whole team does.
Absolutely. We're very one of our major rules with major donors is you communicate with the donor on the platform of their choice, not yours. Right.
Exactly, because it's really about making sure that they're going to pay attention to things. And if they're not, they're going to move right on to the next organization.
And I do think that there's an older generation of donors that really doesn't want text messages. What do you think?
I do. Sometimes that can be something that can alienate people. But I think you can have really honest and frank conversations with donors about how they want to be communicated with, and they'll tell you. And
And,
again, if you're keeping it in a central place, then anyone who's talking to them will know the best way to do it.
and yeah, that's one of our great rules. Don't make assumptions about your donors. Ask them.
Don't be scared. I mean, sometimes it really is just a quick question of, do you want me to text you about this update? Do you want an email? And they're going to say, oh, do this. And then you know, and then you don't have those sort of blunders that kind of occasionally pop up when we're trying to find the best way to capture their attention.
Yes, yes. And so let's move on to my third question. And do you want to share your thoughts on the next generation of nonprofit leadership? I guess you classify self-identify as a millennial, right?
I do. I do. And it's something I'm really passionate about because I believe that anyone who cares about the nonprofit space should be invested in ensuring that the next generation of leadership is prepared, that they're empowered, and that you're already giving them a seat at the table so that they're ready to lead when necessary. I actually helped craft AFP's new Leadership Institute from the ground up. And so I really believe that the next generation of the leadership, you need to start shaking up the system and making sure that your voices are heard starting now.
It means that people like me can move away and allow provide leadership or opportunities for the next generation. I'm all for it because I have the wisdom and I have experience, but I'm happy to share the spotlight or even turn the spotlight completely over to a new generation of thinkers who are digital natives and who, yeah, I think have the energy and enthusiasm to continue moving all of our causes forward. What do you think?
I think that's the reason I joined the Gail Perry group.
We didn't rehearse this, everybody. So
No.
how has your experience been so far, Evan?
I mean, really being able to work with people who have such incredible depth of knowledge and experience and also are really lifelong learners, really dedicated to ensuring that everyone that we work with really feels connected and feels listened to and feels heard, and that we're really charting that path for success for them. And honestly, we spend half our time laughing, which I think is important because my biggest belief in fundraising world is that enthusiasm is contagious. And I think that's something that's so strong here.
Well, we are bringing wonderful new people and younger people into our consulting group, and we'd love to hear from you about your impressions of our new team. And Evan, congratulations for stepping up to the plate in thought leadership. Congratulations for being our first of many millennials on our team. They're doing in front of clients, and so welcome again. Thanks so much.
Thank you. So happy to be here, and always reach out to me. Thanks.
Bye.